Let me unmute you. What's up? How's everyone doing out there? Again, this is the second time it's happened. I don't know if it's my computer. Maybe it's my maybe it's my maybe it's my computer. I have no idea. But welcome to the show. Let me hold on. Ooh, let me not do that. And do that. Again, thank you guys so much for coming on. I appreciate everyone who's here. It is not Victory Monday. It's a Tuesday, but appreciate you guys being here. Wore the shirt again just because I really like the shirt. I really dig the shirt. I got a lot of compliments too by Chiefs fans and Titan fans about the Aaron McNair shirt. Hold on, give me a second. So, want to say thank everyone for being here. We got Al Pierce up in here. What's up, Al? How you doing, buddy? Thank you for coming. We got my boy Cheddar Bangs. What's up, man? How you doing, bro? Thank you for being here. Got Bryce up in here. AZ Mick. What's up? We got Marvin up here. What's up? What's up, Marvin? How you doing, man? Thank you for coming by. Thanks everyone for coming by. Will, what's up? How you doing? We'll talk obviously about the game. Ryan, what's up, man? Thank you guys, all you guys, for coming on the show. Appreciate you guys. It's always fun to have a live audience because it's good to talk Titans, even when we lose. And we'll talk about that, unfortunately, about that whole game and my perspective on what's up. And what's up, P Shark? How you doing, man? Tighten up. Before I get into the game and stuff, I just wanted to talk to everyone and say, good friend of mine is going through some troubles. We're not gonna mention his name, but let's just give prayers and a shout out to my friend. Again, we go through difficulties every single day in our lives. Others go through more things than others. It's life. It happens like that. But just to know that you do have friends, you have family, you have someone, you have people that are that want to take care of you, that care about you. So shout out to my buddy. Hopefully everything is all right. But if he's watching, if he's not watching, just know that we're praying for you, man. Wanted to give that quick shout out, especially to him as a good friend of mine. Next, want to give it a shout out. I completely forgot last week before I went to Kansas City. I was in the airport. It was early in the morning, man. I was half asleep. I had a tiny shirt on. So if the guy's watching or is going to watch the show, wanted to give him a shout out. I was walking. He said, "Hey, man, tighten up." He was dropping off a young lady, and I looked, and I was kind of thrown off. I was a little like, what is this guy talking about? And I was like, oh man, I have a tiny shirt. What am I talking about? Again, it was early in the morning. I was going to go into work. So again, this is easily around 4:00. And he's like, hey man, tighten up. And I was like, hey man, I go, there's not many Titan fans out there, but hey, tighten up, man. And I started talking to him a little bit, and this man had a tattoo. Okay, he's from Texas. He had the Texas State, right? The outline, and inside was the Tennessee Titans logo of the Texas State, and I thought that was cool. And he was wearing Tennessee Titans socks, and he was wearing shoes, and I was like, man, that is awesome. I go, hey man, I have a YouTube channel. You should, just check it out. Maybe you'll like it. And he goes, wait, I might actually be subscribed already to your channel. I go, all right. So he goes, checks his phone, and yep, he's subscribed to Mr. Titan. And I said, you know what, man? He said, the next live, give me a shout out. And I didn't do it the live show right after, but I'm doing the second one. So, man, shout out to you. If you are in the comments, if you watch the video, after the live stream's over, if anything like that, comment below, man. Would love to get your name and stuff. I mean, guy was super cool. And it's kind of cool to meet a person who actually follows your show and stuff like that, and the support I get through this community um, is 100% awesome. And I love, like I said, I love every single one of you guys. That's why I go live. It's fun. I get to communicate with you guys, and it's just a good time in general. Um, Another thing I want to say, um, obviously being at the Chiefs game, I wanted to thank every single person that went to the Mr. Titan Hangout. What's up, 615 Podcast? What's up, man? What's up? How you doing, bro? I want to thank everyone who did that. I want to thank everyone who went to the Mr. Titan tailgate. The tailgate was off the hook. I didn't expect so many people. No, so every single person that, it wasn't me by myself. It was, I got help from Two Tone Blue Nation. Again, shout out to them and what they do. Obviously, they know how to tailgate better than me. I'm not really a tailgate expert. I just kind of planned it all together and just threw it up, and we rolled with it. So again, shout out to every single person that made that tailgate what it was. Again, for the people supplying the tables, people supplying the chairs, getting the spaces. Because again, these people from Kansas City, y'all, let me tell you, they are there early tailgating. I thought college days were bad, but these people take it to another level. 3 o'clock is usually when the gates open for the tailgating, but they were already there by 8:30, 9 in the morning, posted outside of the gate tailgating. So not only are they waiting, they said, we're gonna sit here, but we're gonna take our food out. We're gonna hang out until 3 o'clock, and then we'll get our stuff ready and then go to the tailgate spot. So then shout out to those people that were in our group that saved us a spot because we wanted to be in Lot C. And like I said, the Mr. Tiny tailgate was awesome. It was excellent. I had a blast. Like I said, oh, thank you, Al Pierce. Maybe you know what? Maybe there's about to. I hope to God. I mean, right now it's a lot of wind. Have the like I said, I have the garage open. It's not raining because I would have closed the garage, but I appreciate the weather report. Again, I love Time Nation. They help even when I'm doing a live show. I got people helping me out just in case there's a trend. Love you, Al. Love you, big guy. So thank you so much. Again, like I said, there's nothing going on right now, but you never know. We got my boy all the way from Houston. What's up, Gabriel? Thank you for stopping by. And we'll talk obviously about the game. But like I said, going back to the tailgate, man, the tailgate was crazy. We had the president of the Tennessee Titans, Burke, come, and I was like, oh damn, like I was like, holy hell, like he's actually here. Came by with the vice president. I'm sorry, I don't know what the vice president of the Tennessee Titans his name was. I only know the president. But they came around, talked to a lot of people, took pictures. I took pictures. We took a big group picture in front of Arrowhead, and in the middle of all the Chiefs fans. I mean, all of them were red. It was a little blue. There was like at least 50 to 60 people parked right in front of Arrowhead, and then the rest was just covered with Chiefs fans. And the Chiefs fans, to be honest with you guys, were really, really nice. I had no problem with them at all. I didn't get into any altercations. Yeah, they told me to shut up once when I clapped, I think when Patrick Mahomes got sacked. But yeah, I have thick skin. It's fine. Melody, how you doing? Hope to see you. I'll obviously be traveling this weekend to Nashville, so hopefully I see you soon. Colin Becker says, I saw you at the game. I'm the guy who caught the football before. Oh, man, Colin. Let me tell you a story before I get into that, because that was crazy. Okay, my man Colin right here. I'm glad that you joined the show, man. That's awesome. So I'm in the front row, right? We're at the end zone. The Titans side, obviously not the Chiefs side. And it's early. It's like 30 or 40 minutes before the game starts, and we're watching Robert Woods, by the way, dropping all the punts they were punting to Robert Woods, and he kept on dropping them. And me and Colin were like, "Oh man, I really hope Robert Woods is not the punt returner because this is not looking good." He was missing a couple, but whatever. We're standing there. I'm saying hi to TD was there, Jim Wyatt was there, and I look to the right, and people are started like moving. I was like, "Move, move!" And I'm like, "What's happening?" And the crowd starts moving, and I look up, and I see a football just coming towards me. And my boy Colin saved my life because I was sure as hell not going to catch that ball. He went like this, he got and caught it, and everybody went nuts. It was a cool moment. I mean, I thought we were going to put Colin in there to get some punt returns. I mean, he did it clean, he did it nice. And everyone started clapping. But then here's the thing: everyone started clapping, and then the Titans the Titans, what I guess I don't the workers there. I don't know whoever was like doing the receiving, the punts and stuff, and they were telling us to throw the ball back, and everyone's like, no, no, no. Colin, being the nice guy that he was, he threw the ball back. He didn't get nothing for it, and everyone started booing. Not to Colin, but to the Titans because I mean it's a warm up ball. Let them have the ball. I mean, it was your fault for kicking it into the crowd, but. Shout out to Colin again. That was a hell of a catch, buddy. How about the Astros? Oh God, let's not talk about that, please. Please, let's not talk about the Astros. Nice shirt you've been wearing for 4 days straight. Damn, you're calling me out. I watched it. I just finished watching it, and smells good now. I just like it. I'm gonna show everyone again because it's the Air McNair thing. It's pretty cool. I thought that was a neat shirt to wear. But my overall experience in Arrowhead in Kansas City, like I said, I got there Kansas City Saturday, checked it into my Airbnb. No, man, I love you to death, but I will not wear that. I will not, man. I'm sorry. Don't waste your money. Uh, so I checked in the Airbnb. Like I said, the location was in Plaza. It was a really nice area, a lot of shops. My Lyft driver was nice. It was nice. He was obviously a Chiefs fan. He gave me some crap, but that happens. Obviously, it comes with that. Alex will get to that, and I hope so. I hope so. And we'll definitely talk about this wide receiver core. But overall, Arrowhead was super nice. I didn't really care for the stadium was nice overall, just the atmosphere. But it's a little rundown. It's a little old. It's an older stadium. It made me, to be honest with you, it made me appreciate Nissan Stadium a little bit more. To be honest with you, I really like. I was like, you know what, Nissan Stadium's not too bad. Now, if they can stack as many bodies in Arrowhead like they do, if they could for LP Field, listen to me. For Nissan Stadium, it would be amazing. I mean, that would be nice because that place was packed. Nissan Stadium doesn't get as full. I mean, the last time I think I seen Nissan Stadium nice was probably the Bills game, from my point of view. But other than that, nice little vibe. It's in the middle of nowhere, so unless you're there for a football game or you're there for tailgating, and for the most part, you're there for tailgating. Obviously, for a football game, they do have the Kansas City Royals baseball field right next to them. I didn't know that. I thought Arrowhead was by itself, completely by itself, nothing else with it. But apparently, you have the baseball stadium, and it looked, it looked kind of small. But they said like one of the guys I was walking with, that was talking in the tailgate, said that apparently it's a lot bigger inside, which you could say almost the same thing about Arrowhead. Arrowhead kind of looked small, and you could walk around. It's easy to walk around. Like I said, there's barely nothing. But once you get inside, you're like, "Woo, okay, I see what it is." But the stores, the stuff is looked like I said, looked a little rundown. But there's history behind that. There's so it's cool. But like I said, the atmosphere in Arrowhead was amazing. I mean, those people, for the most part, were loud. For half the game, they were pretty quiet, which was really really nice for Titan fans. I mean, it was good to see them really really quiet. I felt like it was only me and a couple Titan fans that were cheering because we were spread out. Usually in Houston, usually in certain like the Chargers, the Jags games. They're usually you can tell where the sections for the Titan fans are usually, and there's a big group. I mean, there might have been a big group eventually down, but as for the most part, we were all spread out. There was you looked up and you saw a sea of red, and there was flakes of blue that you can handpick um, from the crowd. But at the same time, it was um, amazing experience. Would I go back to Kansas City? Hell yeah. Are we going to go back to Kansas City? Hell yeah, because I think we're going to be playing them in the playoffs again. Trust me, this time we'll have Tannehill. Okay, and we'll talk about that. That's what I want to talk about. Again, I'll talk about my overall experience in the game, what I think, and then obviously, I mean, you know, and there's a lot of people saying now. Alex says we lost, but Henry's back at number one, and he's talking about rushing. And to be honest with you, that doesn't do anything for us. I really I can care less if he's back at number one rushing. Like he doesn't want to win rushing titles. He wants to win championships. I think that's where all our mindset should be. It's nice to like oh he has number one rusher right now. That's cool and stuff, but we're not trying to chase little accomplishments, man. We're trying to go for the big thing, man. We have to go for the big thing, and does this team have it? That defense does. Offense, all right. Offense is a little shaky. We'll talk about that. All right. So, what happened? Okay. Malik Willis, 5 for 16, 80 yards. Not too shabby, right? I mean, Henry, 17 carries, 115 yards, 2 touchdowns. Chegg with one receiving catch, 48 yards. Now, my pregame, I said I had a feeling that Willis was playing. I thought Malik was going to play. I felt like, I kind of understand what Mike Rabel does. They keep it, like I said, they keep it close to the chest, right? So I had a good feeling, especially once they activated Logan Woodside to the active roster. I'm like, okay, definitely not keeping 3 quarterbacks. They're going to put Malik, and the backup's going to be Logan Woodside. Obviously, Tannehill came, and the crazy thing was, I love it because everyone's looking at their phones. Everyone's looking at their phones. They see Tannehill's practicing. He's staying still, right? He's like a statue, throwing the ball, but he's not moving his feet. He's just catching. That's what Ryan Tannehill's doing. He ain't moving. He ain't moving. He ain't walking towards anything. His feet are planted. It looked like he had cement on his feet. He just that was the pregame, right? That was like his practice. And they're like, oh, look, Tannehill's throwing. Tannehill's throwing the ball, right? We're like, uh-oh. All right, we'll see what happens, all right? We're all getting excited, tailgating. All right, Tannehill, it looks like he's good to go. He looks like he's good to go. I didn't buy it. And I'm glad because I had low expectations for the game. Again, it's not like a bad mentality to go through, but I mean, listen, y'all, going into Arrowhead, playing Patrick Mahomes with a backup QB as Malik, that's a very tall task to win. That's very hard. Okay. And I said it. I said the way we're gonna beat them if we have Malik is gonna have to throw. Malik is gonna have to throw, and he's gonna have to make those throws that they kind of was vanilla offense last week in Houston. They said, "Hey, here you're gonna run. You're gonna throw a couple times, just nice and easy." They kind of pushed Malik nice and easy. Said, don't do anything crazy. Don't turn over the ball. Just hand it to Derrick Henry, and when you have time, you know, break left, break right, take the ball, go down, go down. Don't try to get any more yardage. Don't try to get hurt. Don't try to get unnecessary hits, and don't make stupid mistakes. That's why I felt like that was their game plan, right? Let's see. That's funny. At the end of the game, he sort of was, and I'll explain why. So this game, the way Malik was gonna win, like I said, he's gonna have to make those passes. He's gonna have to pass. Again, he has to play um, careless free football. That means don't turn over the ball, don't fumble the ball, don't throw any interceptions. Make smart decisions. Now there's some decisions that he made which were head scratchers. Um, Sometimes where their guys were open and he kind of went to the left and he ran. There's times where guys were open and he ran to the right. There's times where he threw the ball away, which is okay. Then there's times where he, takes a sack in crucial moments. But it happens. Why? Because he's a rookie QB. I said it 100 times and I'll say it 100 times more. It's gonna happen. Not every player develops the way we want him. He's not gonna come out and be a Tom Brady automatically. It doesn't work like that. Unfortunately, it doesn't. Especially putting him in a position like this, you know, on a Sunday night in Arrowhead. In Arrowhead, not Nissan Stadium. I was there, man. I was there in that stadium. That thing was packed, and when it was loud, let me tell you, it was loud. So having that, you have to think, what can Malik do? And this is where I come with this. What did the Titans do in the first half? And I'll explain exactly what they did because I watched the game today. Because obviously it's totally different being live at a game and then watching it far on TV. You can see more. There's a couple things I didn't see that happened live that I saw on TV, and there's certain things I didn't see on TV that I saw live. So I'll give you kind of the best of both worlds on that one. So what the Titans did good in the first half, right? They mixed it up. They mixed it up. They gave it to Henry. But the first thing they did was throw the ball a couple times. I think most of the throws were in the first half. So you have Malik throwing, even if, there was a couple plays that, he was throwing it. And that's another thing. The wide receivers didn't help. Wide receivers didn't help him at all. There was a couple plays that he was throwing dimes. I mean, he threw one dime to, I think his name's Chris Colony, a brand new wide receiver that we picked up from the Chiefs. Threw it. It was a third. I think it was a 3rd and 9. It was in the second quarter. I mean, you couldn't place the ball better. And hits homeboy in the arm. That's not Malik's fault. Because there are certain pass plays that need to happen for that to start moving, to open up holes. Homeboy missed it. But his targets to Hooper, to Chegg, they worked, and it worked in the first half. So it opened up the lanes. It opened up the defense. He had a nice little screen pass to Chegg the first game, took it to 48 yards. Awesome. There was another play to Hooper. Again, it wasn't shotgun too. It was straight right underneath. He said hut, darted to the right, and hit Hooper. It was a little underthrown, but still he caught it. Opens up things. Then let's bring Derrick Henry in. Obviously, everyone knows Derrick Henry is going to be coming in, right? And that's the big difference. We got the pass play going, and it wasn't crazy. It wasn't like you know Malik was doing anything crazy with his arm, but it gave him something to think about. Then you get Derrick Henry, and then on top of that you have him in shotgun. Derrick Henry's here, fakes a handoff, he's taken off, and it happened a couple times where Malik actually ran, got really good positive yards, and had them on their toes because now they have to defend the outside while Derrick Henry runs in the inside. So now you have them kind of unbalanced. And obviously, any professional team, any coach, there's going to be adjustments in the second half or whatever quarter they're at, and obviously things change, right? And I understand that. But it was working that first half, y'all. It was working. It was working to perfection. Okay, amazing what they were doing. Where it was just getting into the Chiefs' head, which was great. And it was taking the crowd out. Trust me, I was there in the crowd. It was taking the crowd out of the game. And that's important because, man, let me tell you, once that crowd gets in, there's no way, man. It is wild. You can't shake that. It's something that you can't, as much as you can't practice for. You can't. And let me tell you, man, that was loud. So what happens, right? Defense. First series looked a little shaky, but then after that, they got their footing, and defense was lights out. Defense, Titans defense is nasty. I mean, they were all over Patrick Mahomes. All right, let me tell you, and let me tell you something right here. Let me read the Chiefs the Mahomes stats. Let me read the Chiefs stat. All right, Patrick Mahomes went 43 for 68 attempts. We had him 68. He threw the ball 68 times. 446 yards, one touchdown, one interception. Guess who was the ball carrier who had the most rushing yards? Yep, it was Patrick Mahomes. 6 carries, which one was a backbreaker, 63 yards, one touchdown. And then you had Travis Kelce, 10 receptions, 106 yards. And that's decent because it's been before where, the tight ends have destroyed the Titans. So it could have been worse. But their run game, they couldn't do anything. They could not do anything against that Titans defense. That defense was on point. All right. That was the crazy part. He was the leading rusher because, like I said, that defense, there was no one was getting through. But what happens when there's no running attack? Now we can blitz. The Titans can blitz because we're not worried about a running back going through the holes. We don't have to worry. We just got to contain Patrick Mahomes, and the game's ours. The game's ours because the Titans defense kept, the offense kept this game checked. It was amazing. And let me tell you about this. Look at this. The possession. Titans only had the possession 26 minutes, while the Chiefs had it for 41 minutes. Penalties did cost us, obviously. It was that whole, end of the game. They score a touchdown. They're going for 2-point conversions, and there's multiple penalties on three times. 3 multiple penalties. Each play just kept on giving them an inch, kept on going, and it was heartbreaking. It sucked because you kind of knew what was going to happen, right? You knew it was coming. So that was one of the things that was crazy. Turnovers, obviously, we had the pick. Penalty wise, listen to this, guys. Actually, let me see if I can. My eyes are hurting me. Okay, penalties. So total yards. Oh my God, they had 91. We had 48, which is it's horrible. You know, first downs. They had 29. We had 9. If you look at the stats and then look at the score, it doesn't. It tell you two different stories. If I would have told you without telling you the score that the Chiefs had 29 first downs and the Tennessee Titans had 9, you would have been like, "Oh, it was a blowout. This wasn't even close." But it wasn't at all. So I get. That's why I sometimes I don't like looking at stats because sometimes the stats might say something else completely. I mean, look at the Houston game. I think the Houston game was something similar like that, where the stats were kind of close, but the game, I mean, was way lost. Like we destroyed them. Um, so that Titans defense is nasty. I'm gonna tell you something right here. Hold on. So what did the Titans do the first half to complete the second half? They stopped doing what they were doing in the beginning. What they started to do, they got too comfortable. They didn't want to make any mistakes. In the second half, they came out, got the interception, right? Got the interception. We were good. All of a sudden, we kick a field goal. Again, we're playing very conservative football. That's one thing. Everyone can blame Todd Downing. I don't. You can't blame one person. I don't believe in that. Is he part of the problem? 100%. I can blame Mike Rabel, Todd Downing. You can also blame the offensive line, and you can also blame Malik. I mean, but it's not fair to blame Malik. In my opinion, that's where I stand. Where I'm like, it's his second start in the NFL, man, in Arrowhead, and with the wide receiver core we have. Like, come on, like how can you blame the kid? How is he supposed to throw the ball to Cody Hollister? How is he supposed to throw the ball if he can't wait 3 or 4 seconds until the lines collapsing on him? Like I said, they played too conservative, and that could be blamed on Coach Rabel as well. But that's how he plays it. He had a nice cushion. If we would have scored, if we would have had another field goal and it was 17-9, we would have won it. We would have beaten them. I think even 3 more points after that would have been fine. But we didn't have. I didn't have faith in Malik to push the ball. He stopped pushing the ball. They stopped pushing the ball in the second half. They couldn't even cross midfield. They couldn't cross midfield, and that was the thing. It was gonna bite us in the ass, and it just kept on. You saw it happening. I was just like, I had a bad feeling. Like, oh man, this is not good. Because all you need is one play from Patrick Mahomes to get into the zone, 2, get into the crowd into it, and that's what happened. Missy's right on this one. Missy's right. Henry should have not been on the sideline second half. How many times did Henry touch the ball in the second half? So I think he started off the first half. I think he had 9 touches, and he was getting good yardage. I mean, he was doing really good. After that, they kind of shied away, kind of went away from Derrick Henry doing that. They were trying to have Malik throw, beat him with his arm. And obviously, guys, the wide receivers weren't there. But at the end of the day, what happened was the Titans fumbled. They messed up. They should have had it. They should have. The game was looking like it was ours. And shout out to the Chiefs, man. And let me tell you, those Chiefs fans for sure knew that Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes, and it's true. You can't give a good quarterback so many chances and not expect them not to come back or do something. And just like little by little, you just saw it like, oh, Patrick almost had that. Oh, Patrick almost had that. And man, just kept on giving them chances, giving them chances, giving them chances. And the Titans were playing very conservative. They didn't want to turn the ball over. They didn't want to make any stupid mistakes. The one thing I saw was that it was 3rd and 9, and they handed the ball to Hilliard. I was like, oh, we're playing conservative. We're trying not to lose playing this way, and it doesn't work like that. Not with a good team like this, guys. That's not a good formula. It won't happen. We have to take some deep shots. If you expect to hold a team down like that and expect to win, it's not going to happen. And look, like I said, it bit us in the ass. Whole momentum changed. Everything changed. It was 3rd and 17. I talked about this already. 3rd and 17. Patrick Mahomes takes off. I forgot how many yards he got. I think he got at least like 20-something yards. Anyone that's in this chat room, let me know how many yards he got. He just took off. We couldn't do anything, and it felt like the AFC Championship game. It was there, and you just watched it, and you saw him, just get out of the way, miss tackles, just like the AFC Championship game. Right before that halftime, when they scored that touchdown, the momentum switched completely. Same thing here. The momentum switched. It was boom. You just felt it. The crowd erupted, and it was like almost like the wind was taken out of everyone. And you knew what was coming. You're like, here we go. Here we go. That was the backbreaker. Man, that hurt. And the defense wasn't defeated, and they've been playing a hell of a game. Our defense, like I said, top 5. Oh, it would have been nasty if Harold Landry. I wish, Harold Landry was still healthy. But it changes everything. Look at Bud Dupree. Bud Dupree got hurt. And and a lot of people are saying that he's been overpaid, which I slightly agree, especially if you're on the sideline and not in the game. It's been a great addition, but man, if he's not healthy, it sucks. But when he's healthy, let me tell you, it's changes our defense completely, And that was one thing that we were doing to Patrick Mahomes and was doing to Travis Kelce. We were getting inside their head. They were frustrated. And that's the thing you have to do to that Chiefs team. You got to keep pounding. You have to keep with that momentum. You can't let up because you get them a little, just a little bit. Man, that momentum switch like that turns around on you real quick. And like I said, for the most part, other than the first half, the momentum was pretty much ours. Like I said, the crowd noise was out. The crowd, you took the crowd out on a Sunday night in Arrowhead. It was amazing. But the minute that play happened, man, it was like a new ball game. And then they scored the touchdown, right? And that's not the worst part. So obviously the worst part was, the 3 penalties, right? The 3 chances for a 2-point conversion. And it was just like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. People are flipping out. People are complaining. And then, unfortunately, my side, like I said, I was row 3 on the end zone, obviously Titan side. Patrick Mahomes with the 2-point conversion just runs straight towards me and he hits the wall here and you're just looking and you're like, damn. And that's not the worst part. I think the worst part was actually watching Jeffrey Simmons running towards him full speed which is probably the scariest thing I could imagine. And I wasn't even that. Like I said, I was close, but imagine being on the field and having him chase me, which was nuts. Seeing him run and jump and miss completely, obviously the tackle, and just see him put his head down on the ground, laying on his stomach. It just and you see the defense was completely like shattered. Defense was defeated. It was just I what with such a brilliant performance that the defense had for for it to come down to a series where it just kind of ruined everything, and it was sad to see. And we'd get the ball back, right? But I didn't have faith in Malik to even get the ball midfield, And this guy's right, man. You're right. Simmons was gas. He gave everything he had, and I think that's the worst part. It's like, man, they busted their tails, man. They were getting to the offensive line. They were getting onto Mahomes, and then just to have it kind of fall apart in front of you in a series is deflating. And after that, you kind of felt like the whole team kind of got deflated. Like I said, I didn't trust Malik Willis to get us even past the 50-yard line to attempt a field goal, to even try to get a field goal. And he couldn't, and he showed his rookie stripes at the worst crucial time of the game to do it. Like I said, they've been playing very vanilla with Malik and what he can do and the plays he can, Um, it's crazy, Like I said, did I expect him to go out and beat Patrick Mahomes on a Sunday night in Arrowhead? His second NFL start. Absolutely not. That's hard for even a veteran quarterback in a hostile and working place. You can't. But man, let me tell you, the last series, that pressure got to him. Like I said, the crowd was in it. Everyone was chanting. It was loud. But Malik, man, again, it's growing pains. He'll eventually get it. But you can't. When the game's on the line like that, I think the first thing he throws the ball away, which is fine. Second one, he takes a sack. You can't take a sack when the game's on the line like that. He was running everywhere. He didn't know what to do. Again, the offensive line didn't help him out either. To be honest with you. Then I think it was third down. I know he got two, back-to-back sacks. But again, it was almost identical same plays. He hikes the ball, he runs, he starts trying to scramble outside the pocket, turns this way, runs this way, runs this way. Dead. I mean, my friend said it perfect right here. He was like a deer in headlights the last drive. He didn't know what the hell was happening. He didn't know it was coming or going. But man, don't take that sack. Throw the ball up. I don't care if it gets intercepted, but give the offense a chance, or someone out there, hopefully a wide receiver is looking, a chance to make a play. But when you do that defeats everything. It kills us, Oh man, it was rough. Let's see what Misty says. Misty says, my opinion, this loss wasn't on Malik. It's on Downing. No reason Henry should have not been on the bench the second half. Defense was outstanding. Hard to have faith, Malik, when we have no receivers. I mean, sort of is true. Like I said, I'm not blaming Malik. Like I said, the last drive, the way he ended it, I mean, he's a rookie. He's a rookie, and it's a tie game. Sunday Night Football, lights are on you away. That's a lot of pressure. So obviously he's going to learn from that, which is, that's the best. He got reps, and there's nothing better than getting reps, especially on a Sunday night where everyone's on you. but eventually he'll get better, and hopefully he gets better. Hopefully he learns from the mistakes. Hopefully he doesn't take that sack and throws the ball away or does something. Just can't do that. So let me see. As far as let me see. I think you said something earlier. Oh, you didn't. All right. He says, as far as the three tries, there were three penalties. Yep, the bad call was the Kelsey pass interference. Should have been offsetting penalties, but Casey still likely would have executed. Yeah. I mean, and when it comes down to it, we should have never put them in the position to score. And they did. Uh, he said Malik is going to be great, I think. Hard to play on the road in Arrowhead for your second start without uh, exactly. I agree. And like I said, a lot of people are calling him a bust. A lot of people, you know, it's too early for any of that. I hope, my hope is that I hope he does good. I hope he improves and he could be our future quarterback. He's just not quarterback. He's just not ready for the NFL just yet. He's like I said, he's getting his feet wet. And you make a right point, and I made the right point as well. I mean, it's his second start in the road to Arrowhead. Like that's hard. That's really really hard. He's not playing the Jags. He's not playing the Texans, or he's not playing the Colts. It's a different environment. So, um, and Missy says no receiver was open. I mean, they weren't open the whole time. John says Titans are a great team. They just need a couple of offensive players. As a Chiefs fan, I think I couldn't be more impressed. Tennessee is going to be right back in there in 23. Hey, look at John. Thank you, John, for being such a nice guy. And your Chiefs fans, let me just say this, are awesome. I talked to one of the guys. I forgot what his name was, like Fat John. Is this? I can't. I wish I could see the picture. I don't think it's him. But like I said, real cool guy. After the game, got a couple beers with him, and then he drove me to my Airbnb. He's like, "Man, don't take an Uber. I got you." Him and his wife. That's nice right there. Those are cool people. So shout out to Chiefs fans. Jessica, what's up? She said, reminded me of our loss to the Bengals last year. Yep, defense gave everything, but the offense couldn't get in the end zone. And that's said this before. This is as far as our team's going to go, is how far the defense can keep us in the game, or if the defense scores points or gets us in position to score. You know, you need that offense to click. And obviously people are saying Traylon is hurt, you know, Phillips is hurt, and once they get back, Tannehill, things will be different. I hope so, but again, those are rookies as well. You're putting a lot of you're putting your chips on the table, and you're putting in on rookie wide receivers to get the job done. And I'm not saying they're not. I mean, I hope so, but that's a lot of pressure. Okay, it's a lot of pressure. There'll be a factor come playoff time. Let's see. He says if he plays against Denver this week, he can win that game and get more confidence. He could, but I mean, that's if Tannehill can't go, right? Because I'm assuming that Tannehill's gonna be able to go, right? Hopefully. I rather than Woodside. Our third should be a veteran. This is very situational. Let's see. The Titans play old school football. They are a damn awesome team. Thank you. I appreciate it. They do. They're stubborn too. Austin Lynch says, "Yo, Fat Tony." Bengals. Bengals whooped both of us, Tennessee and Kansas last year. How'd that happen? Titans were way better than Cincy. Casey was way better than but that's football, eh? Yeah, you're right. That's unfortunately that's what it is. All in all, so glad I got to be at the game. Had the best time. Chiefs fans were great. As soon as we heard Malik was starting, my heart sank. Thought it would be a blowout, and I think that's what everyone thought too. I mean, Misty's right. I think once I saw that Malik was starting, I'm like, oh, this is going to be. I even said, this is going to be a long game. You know, I said this was going to be a really really long game. So it's weird. You could be on one side disappointed, like, man, we should have won. Everyone wants to win. Like, damn, you know, you know that's one thing. Like, I wish we would have won. But then you look at the effort we did. Again, no one. Vegas gave us the odds was against 2 touchdowns against us. Um, all the NFL experts picked obviously the Chiefs, but in blowout fashion. And I mean, we held our own. The defense held our own. The team itself, you got to give props to the Titans, man. I mean, they stuck in there and they made Mahomes and the Chiefs uncomfortable for most of the game. You know, and that's one thing I loved. It was just that it wasn't just it's Patrick Mahomes and we're in Arrowhead. We're just gonna lay down. No, this team is really, really gritty. Um, play very, very physical football, and that's one thing I love about the Titans that you can never get away from is that they are a physical football team. And most of the time, especially with a Chiefs team like this, you gotta play physical with them because they can't withstand that. You know. Uh, He said the 3rd and 17 conversion was on Weaver not containing the outside. He went too far upfield. It just sucked. I don't even want it. It was just terrible. Rabel played for Kansas City, and he coaches exactly the way they play. You're lucky. Tennessee's going to win a lot over the next a decade. Wait and see. And we have been winning, which is good. Ever since Rabel got in with us. But we're ready to knock it up a notch. Missy says we were in there, could have had it. Also, A plus tailgate was freaking awesome. It was amazing. It was cool. Like I said, great people. Kansas City fans, great fans as well. Really respectful. Talked to a lot of them after I was done with the game. A little heckling, but it's all it's fun and. John says, I thought KC would win easily. Not even. Titans easily could have won that game on the road in prime time with a rookie QB with no number one wide receiver. Hold your heads up high. That's freaking awesome. And yeah, you know, that's one thing that you got to give us credit for. Haley says, tailgate was amazing. Missy, glad that was a good game. Heartbreaking, but we didn't leave embarrassed. And that's one thing I think you come out of this game, you feel proud of your team. Regardless, we go into a hostile environment, and we come out, gave them a hell of a matchup, and that's all you can go with. And we'll see what happens and what's next. I thought I had something here. No, this is this. Okay. So what's next for the Titans? The Titans obviously come back home, play the Denver Broncos. Does Tanny come back? Hopefully, right? We're hoping Tannehill comes back. I think a lot of us are really confident, to be honest with you, that even if Tannehill doesn't come back, Malik could step in and still win this game. I mean, again, it's his third start. He's getting his feet wet, which will be really nice. He'll be at home, So that defense is only going to go, up more. I mean, are you guys worried if Tannehill can't play and Malik's in there? Like I said, I think there's a high percent chance that people are a little bit more confident in Malik next week if he plays. I mean, this week if he plays, than last week. And like I said, the wide receivers need to help him out. They really do. They weren't helping him out at all. Got to give him some credit. So, like I said, he was improving though. They let him throw the ball a little bit more. And yes, buddy, Bryce, my friend, we will finally meet, and I can't wait to meet you, buddy. All right. Like I said, it's going to be a really, really good weekend. I'll be in Tennessee. Obviously, we actually got Haley set it up where they got Bryce field passes. I mean, Bryce is balling this week. Bryce, it's all Bryce week. Let me tell you, the real MVP is going to be Bryce. Uh, got he's got uh, field passes, so he's going to meet probably every single Titans player, which is really cool. Bryce, enjoy that, man. Hopefully, they'll take a lot of pictures and videos. You'll probably meet the king, which I'm jealous. Robert Woods. I mean, you'll meet the whole nine. You'll probably meet Mike Rabel as well, which is I hope you have a really good experience. Like I said, they set up the transportation for car, got the tickets for the game. I mean, I hope the Titans get that big W for you, man. His first home Titans football game. And man, I love that. And I hope you have a good time. A lot of people have been working on putting everything together to make this day special. So I really hope that you really enjoy it, man. Like I said, I can't wait to meet you. I'm excited to meet you. Um, I think there's several people that picked out a couple items. I got an item for you, so I think you'll really enjoy it. But again, shout out to Haley and everyone who's been working on that day in and day out on just making it that special day. And I mean, we've been talking about it, right, Bryce? Now we need to get this thing going. So um, can't wait to see you this weekend. And yes, I will be obviously I'll be excuse me. I will be in Nashville, and it should be a good time. Like I said, there's um, Broncos, and I'll obviously do the pregame. And maybe you know what? Bryce is going to join me in the pregame. He's going to break down the pregame uh, game with me. I'm going to go live. It might be Thursday or Friday. I'm not sure yet. We're going to get with Bryce because uh, Bryce is the man. So I'm gonna talk to Bryce, and I'm gonna have him join my show, and me and Bryce are gonna break down. Okay, we're gonna break down this game, and hopefully the Tennessee Titans can pull a victory against the Broncos. Broncos country. That's right. That's what he says. We'll see what happens. So I hope you guys can join us. Like I said, if you guys haven't followed me on Twitter, if you don't follow me on Instagram, please do. Do a lot of announcements, a lot of things like that. So it's Mr. underscore Titan 5 for Twitter. Um, oh, our first. This is not good. Don't go on this. My hot photo. We don't want it. That's us. Oh, there's a spam in here. That's funny. So don't do that. Don't click on that, y'all. That's not good. We don't want no hot picture. All we want is a W for the Titans. But like I said, we'll break down that video with Bryce. Just check it out. And I want to just thank everyone who joined the stream. Anyone, John, you've been awesome. Melody, you've been awesome. Haley, Bryce. I mean, the list goes on and on. Austin, Gabriel, Big Al. You guys were awesome. Thank you so much. We'll see you this week. Let's tighten up. Let's go. Having a good night, all right, guys? Peace.